All right. Hey, yo. Hey, I think we got it. Let's see if you have microphone over here. Yeah, you have microphone. Let's see. That's probably got to be muted. That's muted. Hey, oh my God. It might be working. I'm not sure what description is being used. Very cool. Anyways, so I'm on my laptop on the road, and I was getting some problems, and I think I got it streaming. Would you please let me know? Yeah, all right, Libor's here. Guten Morgen. All right, good. Well, welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 18,000 foreign exchange traders. I am live in Midtown Manhattan, New York City. Yes, I got up this morning and I went for a 6 a.m. walk through Times Square. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Very nice, very nice. So anyways, live from New York, my name is Wayne McDonald. I'm a currency trader. That's what I do. That's what I love. Macroeconomics, love it. Fundamental analysis, love it. Central banking policy, monetary policy, love it. Behavioral finance, love it. Technical analysis, love, love, love it. And of course, I love you. So hopefully my microphone is clear. It's hard for me to tell. And without further ado, let's get on with it. You're like, hey, Wayne. And by the way, hello. Hey, you're like, hey, Wayne, what happened to the B-roll? So I don't have the B-roll on my laptop. But anyway, so I'm here. How is the microphone? Is it loud? Is it too loud? What's going on? Talk to me, Goose. Well, you do that. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. So, I am in the Harvard Club of New York City. Last night I hung out at the bar and had a few drinks with someone from Forbes magazine. You ever read Forbes magazine? Yep. Another guy was a venture capitalist who also sits on the board of directors for the Harvard Club on the finance committee. And I'm like, hey, I used to be a venture capitalist, right? So anyway, so I had a great conversation about capitalism. So anyways, great place to hang out. This time I'm in a room that is sponsored by the class of 1882. And there's pictures of all the boys. Some did crew, some did rugby, some did baseball, all very, very cool. So my big shout out, whoop, 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 to the class of 1882. Great. So anyways, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your patience with me when I'm on the road. A couple of weeks ago, I was on the Gulf of Mexico. Then a couple of weeks ago, I was on the Canadian border out in the woods. I was in Chicago recently. Now I'm in New York City. So anyways, sometimes this is challenging, but I'd like to thank you for your patience. I'd also like to thank Traders Away for being part of our community of 18,500 currency traders and one broker. Why is that? Well, there's only one that has earned my loyalty and respect. Hey, you might say, I want cheap. You want competitive, but you don't want cheap. Because very often, cheap brokers will slip you a pip, or even a half a pip on one side and half a pip on the other. You don't notice a half a pip, but it adds up to a pip, and now you might be overpaying, or at least paying more than what you think, because you went cheap. What I look for is fast execution speed, reasonable fees. I don't want to overpay, right? I do want swaps. Once you start trading real money, having swaps is a big deal, right? Instead of paying negative swap on both sides, like many brokers do with small accounts, what you want is to earn interest, not just asset appreciation when you pick the right currency to own, but if it pays a positive interest rate, you would like to collect that too. One example back when the Turkish lira was still a currency and could be traded, I held a Turkish lira trade. I think it was Euro Turkish lira. I had shorted that, earned a positive swap on it, and I held it for 10 months. 10 months later, the trade got knocked out at break even, but right, I turned $100 into $1,000 just earning interest. Yeah, 10x, baby. Very cool, right? Very, very cool. So do you want to earn swaps? Yeah. But ultimately, it comes down to trust. So when you choose someone to be your execution partner, ultimately, it's going to come down to trust. And Trader's Way has earned my loyalty and respect, so maybe try them out. TradersWay.com. All right, so this is just where we were before, although I wasn't, we were on a different computer the last time we met, or at least I was. And what we had was inflation. Great. And so the world is like, hey, what should we do? Should we be, selling dollar? Cool. And that's what we've been talking about for quite some time, right? Selling dollar, selling dollar, selling dollar, selling dollar. Okay? And so now we might be in a situation where selling dollar is what the rest of the world wants to do. I gave a guess 8 months ago that would occur on Monday, like this Monday. 8 months ago, I said Monday would be when I want to be ready, willing, and able. And, that's pretty good because it might be happening now. So anyways, you can see that the dollar is weakened a little bit against the Swiss franc. The dollar is weakened a little bit against the Great British pound. And by the way, this is the buy zone from yesterday, if you recall. Remember, I said you might see it on a 1 minute, then you'll see it on a 5 minute, then you'll see it on a 15 minute. And that might be the chart right there. So that might be interesting if you're bullish on pound USD. You can see I have a pissy little short here on kitty cat. It's not great. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. Whatever. Okay. And so what we're looking at is, will euro dollar rise? Will USD CAD fall? And that's what we were talking about. What day is it? Thursday? So this is what we were talking about Wednesday. Okay, when CPI came out. Nice. Okay, great. So let's dive into euro dollar, for example. Let's actually see if I got this differently. Let's move this over. Okay. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night where boot campers are going to meet up with me for some cocktails on the rooftop. I'm not sure how the two people from South Africa that filled out the form and RSVP'd, I'm not sure how they'll get here, but I hope it's worth the trip. Okay. Cool. So anyways, this is very similar to what we had yesterday on pound dollar. Let me zoom in here. Ooh, maybe not that much, eh? What I want to see is if we can see the price action. Dan, are you in New York City? See, what I did is I sent invitations to people that are or have been paid members. That's why it's a members mixer. So those are the two things, bullish Dan. Yeah. All right, so anyways, this is what I'm trying to get to. Do I have my drawing tool? Maybe not. Let's see if I can do it on this laptop. Epi pen. No, I don't have EpiPen. It's Epic, I know. It's Epic. I always call it Epic. Gee whiz. bias did I just click that? Stupid. Anyways, I got to get a drawing. I'm surprised. I really don't have an epic pen. Really, I don't have an epic pen. Can I just download it? Epic pen download. Maybe I can just download it quickly. Yeah. Hey, Johnny, are you in? You're on Times Square, right? Where's my epic pen? You're on Times Square, right? Stupid Microsoft. Okay, I'm going to download this one right while we're all watching. I've already paid for it, by the way, so I'm not being cheap. Well, I walked past the Marriott Marquis at 6 a.m. Cool. Dan, have you been a paid member of FX Bootcamp before? Oh, you're out there. Cool, man. Hey, my old cigar bar is permanently closed. I think it's been in New York City 110 years, and it's now permanently closed. Isn't that sad? And it's right next to the Harvard Club, and it's gone. Died of COVID. Yeah, Dan, email me, Wayne at FX Bootcamp. I don't remember the link. It's a complicated link, but I'll get it to you. Okay. So, Dan, we're going to meet tonight at 5, no, tomorrow, right? No, my meeting's today. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. we're going to meet here at the Harvard Club. You're going to go get through security, be escorted up to the rooftop, and we're going to have some snacks. And there we go. We're going to have some snacks, and then we're going to have maybe a cocktail or two, and then we're going to jump into an Uber or whatever and zip over to the Carnegie Club for more cocktails and cigars and tell each other how amazing we are, and it's going to be good. All right, so here's what I'm getting at, guys. Okay, yesterday we got the news and we had this giant move, right? And I'm talking about this 15-minute candle. And I said you're going to see it on the 1 minute, and then you're going to see it on the 5 minute, and then you're going to see it on the 15, right? And this is part of the fractal geometry. And so I'm not going to go minute by minute, or even 5 minute, 5 minute, 5 minute. Okay? But here's the 15-minute chart, and you'll see we got the news. So I'm talking about this candle here. And it peaked here, right? And then look at this. Okay? There's your new re-entry. And that's what I mean about the fractal geometry here, that you probably got something similar on the 1 minute chart in the first 15-minute candle. And then the 5 and the 15 generally end up being the same trade. You'll see that this is the 5-minute scalp from the same entry, right? The same entry here, but you're probably out on this candle. And the 15-minute dude held a little longer, and you're up here. And now, look, nothing's happened. Okay? And this is why I said you got to be emotionally prepared for being too early. Oh, Ben, why Mexico? Maybe it's cheaper. I can get you a citizenship if you have like $500,000. I can get you a new home for $500,000, or maybe Mexico's cheaper. I don't know, but I can get you a passport and everything. Boom. But any recommendations you have or opinion on investing outside of Canada? Yeah, that's a long. I wish you could come down to New York City, Ben. Right? Where would that be? Caribbean. I'll make some phone calls for you, but if you got that kind of money, bro, I can set you up, not a problem. And you can travel all through Europe. You'll basically have a European passport, or at least be accepted all through Europe and most of the world. Okay? And of course, you'll be able to open up bank accounts in other countries and all that kind of stuff too. Yes, if you need help with that, not a problem, man. All right. All right, so anyways, you see the fractal scalping here. And now here's the other thing, like, why did it move so quickly? And that was a lot more volatility than we've seen in a while. But why did it stall out? Well, it's still, right? It's still too early. But is it too early to maybe start building positions? No, but I want you to stay psychologically ready to fight, but you don't want to like waste all your ammo on the first wave and then find out it's not the big move you've been waiting for. Honestly, this could be the beginning of the first big move, but it also, the first big move could be 7 weeks from now. Okay? So just don't get overexcited, right? And you can see it in the market behavior. This hasn't gone up anymore after the news, but it hasn't come down either. Okay? So no one's disagreeing, you just might be early. Okay? Now, interestingly enough, I think my charts are frozen again. Daniel, the idea is to build that track record when you join FX Bootcamp Pro. But if you're going to talk about a Sharpe ratio, you want to at least produce enough return to compensate the investor for risk. Okay? So the fancy answer to that is you want a Sharpe ratio of at least 1 but greater than 1. Okay? And I was just actually looking at a algo-based Forex fund. They do a lot of commodities too, out of, I think it was Switzerland. And they told me that they had, all these profitable algos and stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. Send me your shit. And I looked at them, and one had a Sharpe ratio of 0.82 and another one like 0.28. And they're like, look, we're profitable in over 5 to 10 years. Here's how many hundreds of percent we made. So is it good or is it bad? They're profitable. They've grown the account year after year after year. So what does it mean? I'm not really being fairly compensated for the risk. I'm glad they're profitable. It makes money. But the problem with trading is it makes money until it doesn't make money. Right? You're like, for 15 years in a row, we made money. But on the 16th year, boom, it's dead. Why? There was a little more risk. Now, the risk of ruin would be low in a scenario like that, but you want to be compensated, right? So I would look for a Sharpe ratio of 1. One of the things we discussed, I think right off the bat, maybe the first lecture at Oxford on algorithmic trading, is they say, look, if a trader, if a CTA comes to you, and you being the investor, and they're like, we have a Sharpe ratio of 3.0. It's unfrickin' believable. We are the greatest, we have the greatest algorithm in the world. We're minting money. Money is just raining out of the sky because we have it all figured out. And they said, in scenarios like that, if it's too good to be true, it's probably not true. So you don't want to have unbelievable results, because nobody will believe things that are unbelievable. But you do want to be fairly compensated for the risk. And so risk-adjusted performance will be well. So the first idea is you want to look at absolute returns. Then you want to compare those to, let's say, comparable firms, or somehow have a gauge of what the market did over that period. So like if the stock market's up 10% and you're up 100%, how the hell did you do that? Well, then you might want to do risk-adjusted performance and find out, well, you had significantly more leverage, and that's risky because you did 100%, this year. You might do -50 next year. And someone might say, well, I love the upside, but I don't like the downside. So you have to adjust for that, okay? So you have to break down your analysis of the trading firm before you invest. So I would say a minimum Sharpe ratio of 1, but 3 is ridiculous. Okay? Negative is a loser. So would you invest into, so like I said, one of the algos had a 5-year track record. It was up well over 100% over its period, and it had a Sharpe ratio of 0.82. Okay, A, it's positive, so I like it. And B, yeah, it's pretty close. And, the Sharpe ratio will change over time. And if they have a couple of more decent years with low drawdowns, then that Sharpe ratio might improve. So I might say, okay, maybe the one at 0.82, but I'm not interested in the one that's 0.28. Okay. How does Renaissance? Yeah. Well, when you're talking about Renaissance, Michael, most of their money was, the reason they're proprietary now is back in the early days, they weren't doing algo. They were doing a form of high frequency trading, essentially front running orders. And they made something like 2.5 million trades in a row without losing money. So that wasn't an algorithm. That wasn't a trader that was just smarter than the market. They didn't have a crystal ball. They were basically doing something I would consider unethical or illegal, and were front running. Right? And when you know the future, it's easy to trade. So anyway, so they built up their fortune, Michael, and then now they do their algo trading, but they don't do it with client money. They do it with their own money. So who knows? But it's a different world. All right. So anyways, let's see if I can get this to move. Yeah, see, I'm frozen. What? Man, now what? Man, why would it just freeze up like this? Man, I'm desperate. I've changed the stream software. I've changed everything. Why does it freeze up? I might have to, I'm desperate enough where maybe I'll go buy a new laptop. But this laptop kicks butt, man. I just can't stream with it. It's weird. Well, maybe later today I'll download MT5 instead of MT4 and see if that's better. That's too bad. It was working just great. Control Alt Delete. Task Manager. So what's killing it? Is it? Yeah, CPU at 100%. That's crazy. And it's MetaTrader now. Look at that. Crazy. Create a dump file, resource, end task, huh? Strange. Now what is it? Now it's OBS. Yeah, now it's OBS. Now it's Chrome. Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't done that. I'll have to look at that. Microsoft compatibility telemetry. What's going on there? Okay, OBS, I would imagine, since I'm rolling her. Is that okay? I'm going to close. I'm not going to see chat for a little bit. Hang on. Windows problem reporting. And that. It smells like Windows to me. All right, we got that down. So let me try to get chat back and then my charts. Hang on. What's this? Ooh, an executable. Anti-malware service executable. So what is this? Like it's got 20 restore pages. No. Does that mean there's 32 windows? I don't see them. Anyways. YouTube.com. Oh, fire alarm test coming up too. Okay, hang on. I'm opening up my live. Okay, we got fire alarms going to go off now too. Excellent. Actually, I got to go here. So it's Chrome. Now it's Chrome. Chrome 28. Do I have 28 windows? No. All right, so I got your chat. I got the chat. Yeah, Pekri, the chat in the OBS, but it's not. I had to use a different, a more basic version of OBS to try to get this to run. I don't know what the problem is, so let's see if I can get this going over here. Interesting. Like, it's terrible because it works perfectly until I stream. Why? Why this one machine? I needed to do this one thing. But I was able to do it in Wisconsin. Ah, boo. Well, I'm going to see if I can, if I close Chrome, I just won't have chat. So I will just babble. Let's see if this will improve. So if you're in my swing trading group, we're going to try to meet today with, hopefully we don't have this problem. I won't be streaming on YouTube, so therefore there might not be a problem when it comes to using whatever you call that. What do you call it? Zoom? We'll have our Zoom meeting. Gee whiz. Control-Alt-Delete again. Task Manager. Wow, maybe I got some other things running. It didn't reboot. Maybe that was part of the problem. All right, come on, baby, come on! Huh? You got to get that dirt off your shoulder. Gee whiz, this is ridiculous. Makes me so mad. Mad! I'm going nuts. System interrupts. What the hell? Boo. Boo. Why can't Windows run such a basic setup? OBS. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't give up easily. I'm going to try one more thing before I shut down. In fact, well, the funny thing is I'll shut down first. I'm going to shut down now. I'm going to reboot my machine and see if we can clear all of this out. Okay? So I will try again. Thank you for your patience. And I will be back in probably 4 minutes.